domain and range. The domain is always going to be our input. Okay, and I'm going to write this up here because you're going to hear multiple words used for domain. Okay, so the domain is the input. And when we're talking in terms of these particular ones for the table, okay, it is going to be the x. Okay, the range then, if the domain is the input, what do you think the range is? The y, and what's another word? The output. Okay, so again, and in terms of our vending machine, our input, okay, that's our quarters, or we swipe our card, whatever, cash. Okay, the output is our snap. Need to get off of that. Okay, so all we need to do for number one, we're going to say the domain. Okay, and we start listing all of our x's. Well, I got -7, -5, -1, 2, and 3. This is a 2. It doesn't look like one, but okay, so that is our domain. That is all of our inputs. Okay, the range. Okay, we got -3, -2, -1, and 3. Now, let's take a second, time out, stop, let's talk. Okay, so we can see here on this one that I got 3. And I got 3. You do not repeat the number. Is everybody hear me? No repeating the number, okay? Otherwise, it makes it invalid, okay? You can have a 3 up here and a 3 up here because we're talking about two different things. We're talking about our cash and we're talking about our snack, okay? I don't say, well, I got a pop, a water, Cheetos, 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 okay? So we only repeat, we don't repeat at all, okay? We only say it once. But you can have a repeating like up above, okay? But not on the same line. Okay, look at number 3, my domain. It's going to be -2, 2, 4, 6, and 7. My range is going to be 1, -5, -7, 2, and -4. Okay, the next section on here also has to do with domain and range. However, these are sets of ordered pairs. Okay, now, when we're looking at ordered pairs, first of all, an ordered pair represents a location. Okay, so there is, if we were looking on a graph, okay, there is a dot at -3, 1. There's a 1 at -2, 5. Okay, that represents a location of somewhere on a graph. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, so when we're doing ordered pairs, it kind of goes like this. So we already know that the domain does the x and the range does the y. Okay, so really this looks like this, x, y. Okay, so if we're looking at this, this is my domain, range, or x, y, no matter which way that you want to look at that. But you're going to list it out just like we did before, it's just different. Okay, so the domain then is going to be -3, -2, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, my range then is going to be -1, 5, -3, 5. Do I write down 5 again? No. Okay, we don't repeat. And then 1. What?
I thought you wanted to put it from order and least greatest.
Nope, you don't need to.
That makes it a lot easier.
I think that's kind of a preference, to be honest. Like, it would depend on your teacher, but it's not required.
Yeah, that's what my teacher made us do last year. We had to put everything in
Mm-mm.
least greatest order.
Nope. Okay, so on number 7, we got -6, -6. So we're going to write that one down again?
No.
No. Okay. 2, 4, and 7. Okay, my range is going to be 7, -4, 7, 5, and I got another 7. Okay, so again, we do not repeat on the same line. Okay, if you want to write them all 5 down and then erase the ones that are repeated, you can totally do that, or X them out, whatever. But we do not repeat. Okay, this one, again, they want you to determine the domain and range. Okay, so our domain is going to be all of the X values, and the range is going to be all of the Y values. Okay, so look at me. We're going to start, and I would probably start from the left and read to the right, so we can see, and we're going to go just up or down every time. So this one is at what?
That's a domain, right?
Mm-hmm. What is it at? What number? -7, so that's going to go on our domain list. Okay, we have another one, and again, we're doing the X values, so we're going to go head down, because this is the X line. What is that one at? We're looking on the X line.
Okay, right.
Thank you. What is that one at? 0. Okay. Again, we're heading down. What is this one at? 3. What is this one at? 4. And last one, what is this one at? 6. All right, so that covers the domain. The range is the Y's, okay? So, again, it doesn't matter whether you start here or here, okay? We're going over to the Y line. This is the Y line, okay? So I got one here. What is this at? -3. Okay, I got one here. What is this one at? -3. So are we going to write it down again? No.
No.
Okay, now we can start heading up. What is this one at?
-2.
-2. Okay, this one? What's this one? 2. And this one is also at 2.
So -3, -2.
Okay, so you just gotta go through and figure out the X's and the Y's, as far as that goes. Okay, if we're looking at 11, start with the domain. So we're gonna look up and down. Okay, what's this one at? -4. What's this one at? Hello.
Hi.
How we don't miss my rock?
That'd be 3, right?
That's a 0. What's this one at?
-7.
Nope. 1. Okay, what's this one at?
4.
4. And this one?
6.
6. Okay, the range. Okay, now we're looking on the Y line. We want to go over. What's this one at?
-7.
-7. What's this one at?
-5.
-5. What's this one at?
0.
0. This one?
3.
3. And this one?
Also 3.
Also 3. So we don't want to repeat that. Okay, number 13, these are called a mapping, okay? So there are multiple ways for you to read this, to understand this. It is kind of just by preference, okay? So we can say domain and range. Okay, and these are kind of simple to look at because they're already marked, Okay, I can tell that these numbers are all on the domain. The other way to read it is -3 goes to 0. So that would be like this coordinate, -3, 0. -3 also goes to 5. So it'd be -3, 5. Okay, you can say 2 goes to 1. Okay, and again, if we're looking at functions, that's totally different. Right now, we're just looking at the domain and range. And so we can tell what the domain is very easily. What is it? -3. What else? 2, 6, 7. The range is what?
-6.
Good.
-5.
Good.
-3. -1. 0.
Okay, now we have to pause just for a second. If this was a little bit longer, okay, and I put a 2 here and there's no arrow going to the 2, even though it's on the list, it does not qualify as the range. Okay, if we're looking at a big graph, there's 2's on the graph, yeah? Does that mean that a dot was on 2? No. Okay, so if no arrow was going to the 0, then that's not part of the range. Okay, so you have to make sure that they all have like some sort of arrow with it. Okay, that's the only, I don't even say trick there, but. Okay, if we're looking at 15, the domain, what is the domain?
-5.
-5, I agree.
-3.
Good, good,
0.
good. 4. Yes. The range. Okay, before you even start writing, make sure every one of them has an arrowhead. Okay, if they do, then we can write them all down. If one's not, but it's on there, but it doesn't have an arrowhead, then it's not accurate. Okay, so -5, -3, 1, and 2. Okay, 7 minus blank, because I drew on them and then gave it to you. So you need to look at yours. Okay, not mine, 'cause it's not up here. Okay, 25. So we're going to talk about what is the independent and dependent variable. Okay, if we're thinking about the vending machine, which one depends on the other one? The money depends on the snack, or does the snack that I'm allowed to have depend on the money?
Snack depends on money, sorry.
Okay, so can I get a water if I only put a quarter in there?
No.
No,
Unless
right?
it says you can go.
So, however many snacks I want to buy at the gas station depends on how much money I have. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we're talking dependent and independent variables. Okay, so if we look at number 25, if you had a fundraiser and you're selling boxes of candy, okay, which one is independent or which one depends on the other one? Okay, does the amount of boxes we sold depend on how much money we collect, or does how much money we collect depend on how much boxes we sell? Which one is independent?
We sell.
No money?
No, it's the opposite.
The posting.
Boxes I sold. I'm always gonna have the boxes, right? If I just sit at home and don't sell any, I'm still gonna have boxes, yeah? Okay, am I gonna have money? No. Okay, so boxes is gonna be our independent. Okay, so you're just gonna say I, and you can just put boxes. The dependent then has gotta be the money. Okay, and I'm not gonna do B today, we'll do it tomorrow, but describe what's happening in the graph. If we look at this, the more boxes I sell, will I have more or less money? More money, right? So, and you can kind of look at this in the picture and definitely be able to tell. Okay, so I'm here, we could say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And on all these, there's nothing on the graph, but if I sell 2 boxes, okay, I'm gonna have, we'll say this is $10, right? If I sell 3 boxes, I'm gonna have $20. If I sell 4 boxes, okay, the more boxes I sell, the more money I will have, okay? And that makes sense. Okay, 19. No. Did I skip?
27.
No, 27.
What? 27 is a number on here.
my pages are backwards. Okay, 27. TV watch versus test grade. TV watch versus test grade. Which one is independent?
I don't know what's happening.
TV watch. Which one's dependent? Test grade. Okay, why does my test grade depend on how much TV I watch? So what should you be doing? If you got a big test tomorrow, what should you be doing? You should be studying, okay? So, my test grade does depend on what I'm doing, right? It does depend on whether I'm putting in the work, whether I'm doing the assignments, okay? So, my independent, I don't know why that's out of order and this is not, but, so just make sure you're following along. Okay, my independent is gonna be what? TV. My dependent is gonna be my grade.
Which one are we on?
27. Okay, flip your page, 21. These are, that order's all crazy. Okay, it should say total, or time spent babysitting and money. Which one is independent? Which one depends on the other one? The babysitting depends on how much money I have? Yeah, okay. If I don't spend any time babysitting, am I gonna have money? No. If I spend a lot of time babysitting, am I gonna have money? Yeah, probably a lot of it, right? Okay, so my independent is gonna be babysitting. My dependent is gonna be my money. Okay, 23, it says grades versus attendance. Okay, and I wrote a scale up here. So if you notice, almost all the other graphs are continuous graphs. They start at one point and they go all the way up, right? Look at how I have some dots all the way at the front. Okay, now if we think about it, are there students that very rarely come to school and get an A? Is that a thing? It can be, right? There are some people that never have to study, right? And they still get good grades. Okay, so some kids that never come to school that much, they still have A's and B's. Okay, because they come in, they say, hey, what I miss? They do the work, whatever. There are some kids that come all of the time, and what kind of grade do they have? An F, right? Some people, no matter how hard they study, they're still gonna have a bad grade. But usually, the more we come to school, the better grade we have, right? Okay, which one depends on the other one? Attendance depends on what grade we have, typically. Okay, now, I like to say that because there's always, and it's usually like Howie, but there's always that one smart aleck that says like, well, you can not come and still have a good, yeah, you can, okay? But usually, okay, your attendance is directly correlated with your grade. We got 2 left. Okay, we're on the back page, number 17. Okay, I got postings versus subscribers. Which one depends on the other one? Posting depends on subscribers? Why? Yeah, if I never get on social media and post, am I gonna have subscribers? No. Okay, now, again, we can see that like one top dot, right? And the one really low one. There are people that only post once every 2 weeks, right? They still have a lot of subscribers. Yeah, it only takes one video to go viral, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And there are people that post all the damn time. Does that mean they're famous? Heck no. There's people that post all the time. I'm like, what are you posting this stuff? Right? They got like 2 views. Calm down. Okay? But typically, the more we post, the more subscribers you're gonna get. Okay? So, we got postings and subscribers. Okay, last one. Our lights on versus our electric bill. Which one is independent?
Lights on.
lights on is independent? Why?
Because it's a electricity bill up.
It does run the electricity bill up. Okay, I came from a poor family, and my mom used to always be like, "Why you got all these damn lights on?" Right? Oh gosh, it was right for nuts. Okay, so the more that you have leave the lights on, our electric bill is going to be higher. Okay. Okay, so our lights on, that's something that I can control. Okay, I'm always going to have a light bill, but depending on how much I do that, okay, is going to depend on how high that electric bill is. Okay, you guys go through. You do not